Mara stock is trading in deep discounted levels and it could potentially get much, much better from here. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I am talking about and a few articles, just one headline primarily, that is going to boost this stock throughout 2025, in my opinion, once we finally get out of this tariff fear interest rate environment, right? But here's the thing. Mara starts massive $2 billion at market stock sale plan to buy more Bitcoin. But this is sort of similar to MSTR. The only reason I like Mara's strategy a little bit better than MicroStrategy's is because MicroStrategy's alone leveraging the business, which the underlying business is sort of fading away. The demand isn't really there anymore as much as, it used to be. And they're just heavily, leveraging it to acquire you know, an asset that by itself doesn't really actually generate income by itself. But the thing about Mara though is that they have a productive company that actually continues to increase its cash flow as it improves its hash rate. And of course, as the price of Bitcoin continues to fluctuate, they continue to mine, they will acquire, more Bitcoin with a much larger profit margin as Bitcoin trades. And we know that they are very healthy financially. Mara isn't really in debt, and they are, managing everything quite well and focusing on the future. But here's the thing though. They're acquiring more Bitcoin. They're trying to tighten that correlation. So when Bitcoin really starts pumping, they can their stock can really benefit from that as well. But here's the thing though, when it comes to the chart alone, just the chart itself, what we are looking at is Mara is finally trading within this red area down here, the super deep discounted red area, and it could potentially maybe dip a little bit more into it, a little bit more. We're gonna go over the Bitcoin chart in a moment, how that can potentially cause Mara to come down a little bit more and cause an even deeper value. Because just because it broke into this area does not mean we finally have to start pumping. We want to see this area try to fill in a little bit more and potentially into this medium value between roughly 9.6 and $10.5 per share, right? But here's the thing. Mara is going to be influenced by Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin begins to drop, finds a local top somewhere around here within the overall structures and then begins to drop, it can potentially move Mara down a little bit more and give us a crazy buying opportunity. The reason I say that though is because I made a previous video where I kept saying Bitcoin is looking a little bit weak as it makes lower highs and lower lows within this structure. We're struggling to pass the 88.8K level at the 1.38 extension. And I wouldn't be surprised if we begin to test the overall, rally retracements. And so far we maxed out that retracement very, very well. And yesterday I said I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin tries to rally to try to find resistance within this yellow area. Most likely, as the 120 moving average begins to lower itself, and we did go up into that area and test and get rejected by the retracement. But the thing is, though, another test is very possible. Just because we barely broke into the retracement area, we actually didn't touch the 120. The RSI didn't show that it was overbought by much, and we can still easily hit that point 0.5. We can easily hit 85K. So I want to see this come up a little bit more before we can potentially see a move lower, or at least a corrective move down to maybe form a larger picture triangle, or just a retracement from this move so then it can go up higher. So we have a lot to look at. We have a lot to look at, but I want to see the price come up higher, roughly 84.5K before we see another corrective move to the downside. And the way that can influence Mara is that it can provide a little bit of a bullish fake out, because again, this is going to be very aggressive. The volume in this stock is insane, which is great. But in my opinions, with the way I expect Bitcoin to move, I wouldn't be surprised if we come up to try to fill in this gap right here. So a little bit of a rally fake out, and then a little bit of fake out before we retest lows once again, right? So a little bit of a pump, potentially $12 into the 12s before we come back down and start retesting like $11.50. Maybe low 11s, maybe slightly breaking into the 10s. But I want to see this stock come up, fill in this area, get rejected, come lower as Bitcoin forms one last third deep value test potentially, unless if this continues to hold value, and I'll keep you guys updated on that as time moves forward. But if it's so far, if it does hold valid as we anticipate it to, so we can get a third deep value low on Bitcoin, that will give us a little bit of a fake out right here on Mara, so then we can go ahead and pick it up once it drops back down, potentially even into the 10s. But right now, Mara it's an amazing value. It's an amazing value throughout 2025. I mean, the stock is extremely below $20. We can easily see a little bit more weakness before we start going up higher. But again, guys, I think there's gonna be a bullish fake out. That's just my own personal opinion. That's just what I'm looking for. Before we can do another little deep value test, and then so I want to see this red get tested a little bit more. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this stock. I don't think the storm is just over yet. I think Bitcoin is still gonna show some weakness, which would translate into this, and that will cause that a little bit of a fake out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll keep you guys updated.